Hi, my name is Deshaun Robinson, and I am an entrepreneur and an inventor by spirit. This is my challenge video for Dean's contest on what I did to make myself move forward in a time I was afraid. Okay, I started a business back in 1997, and it was a neon address business back in St. Louis, Missouri, and where I created these addresses that actually were made of neon, and they came on at night so that people could actually see their addresses when they pulled up. Well, I remember being so fearful of the fact of knocking on doors for the first time. I had done it before in a business prior, but I had never done it on my own. And so I remember starting this business, and I used every excuse in the world to talk myself out of not going and knocking on the door. I used the excuse of they were going to say it was too much, they was going to slam the door in my face. All those things played in my head. So one day I was talking with someone, and they said, well, why don't you give one away for free? And I said, wow, that's a great idea. So I remember preparing myself and getting to one of the upper class neighborhoods, and I approached an intersection, and it was on a busy main thoroughfare, and it was one house on the left and one house on the right, and there was a street in between. Well, I chose the best house that I thought would bring the best results as far as advertisement. So I went up, got my carriage, and my knees was shaking, my voice was cracking, and I went and knocked on the door. Boom, 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 boom. And a guy came to the door, and I said, hey, this is Deshaun with Personal Touch Lighting. I'd like to show you my product. He said no, and closed the door. And man, I was shaking, and I walked back to the car with my head down, and I sat in the car for a minute. I can remember the energy that came over me, and it said, you're not a failure, you're not a quitter. If you don't do this now, you'll never do it. And so I remember with that energy, I jumped out of the car, and I walked directly across the street to the other house that was adjacent, and I knocked on the door, boom, 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 boom. And the lady opened up the door, and she said, oh, I thought you was my cousin. And with her energy and my energy, I said, I am your cousin. I'm here. And she said, oh, what are you doing? What are you selling? And I said, I'm with the amazing address company, Personal Touch Lighting, and I want to give you a free address for your home. And she looked, and she looked at my demonstration and everything, and she said, yes, I'll take that. And the most ironic thing was, this was an electrical product, and her house had just been fully remodeled from an electrical fire in her kitchen. But I said to myself, wow, look at God and me and my obedience to not to be afraid to jump out there and do what it is I needed to do to start up my business. Well, I went on to install this lady's address. I placed a sign in her yard, and from that sign, I generated over $20,000 of business throughout that neighborhood. And it was a lesson that I learned not to be afraid, and when you are afraid, to take that nervous energy and take it and use it as fuel, and it will get you over your fears. That's my story. I hope that this encouraged someone. Dean, I believe you're doing a great job, and I look forward to having dinner with you. Bye-bye now.